Hey, Mocha here. Get some settings changed real quick. We are set in English, just changing controls. So I started playing this on Switch, and the buttons are flipped. But anyway, hi, I'm Mochajones10. I am do a lot of stuff on here. Last year I did Pokemon Scarlet Path of Legends. This year I'm doing Octopath Traveler Hated Single Story Cape Mod. And I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. And Xazu, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, I'm Xazu and I'm here to support Mocha with the commentary for this run.
Alright, so...
No, go on.
Tom will start whenever I hit yes here, so we're going to count down in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
I'm very excited to see this.
Go ahead and tell us about what's going on in this little intro part here.
Alright, so since this is Hanit's single story, we obviously have to start with Hanit. The way this category works, or the general set of categories that are called single stories, is that we start with one character and we do their story. So we do a single story. And here at the start, we're gonna do some training in the village. We get introduced to the path actions in this game, and for Hanit it is to provoke NPCs, in which, well, we go into battle and she uses her pet friends against the enemies, so she's technically a Pokemon trainer at this point.
Yeah, I just said I ran Pokemon Scarlet last year. I'm continuing the Pokemon trend this year, just in a different form. So you'll notice that I'm going to be using a whole lot. There's a reason why English is slower, and you just heard it right there. You notice how I Hated said like a very long voice line there. The battle starts after the voice line finishes, so that was about what 5 to 7 seconds there. Just her talking before I had any kind of input there. So y'all donated for that to an amazing cause of Race Forward, and I greatly appreciate that. As I said in the interview earlier today, they work with education. I myself am an educator. I teach middle school, and the thing with that is, long voice line. Sorry.
Let in the hunt.
And Race Forward does do work to help with equity with that. So Xazu, will you explain that first intro battle there real quick? What it introduced?
Standest thou against
So,
me, then be hunted.
Let us hunt them. The first couple battles that we did against the villagers, you could see that we used the fox. We start with a couple animals from the very start, or beasts as the game likes to call them. And the fox's attack is considered a sword attack, and the villagers are weak to sword. And the fight system in this game works around weaknesses, which you can see beneath the... nice surprise. So there's the vulnerable text, and then there's a shield next to it. And this fox is weak to bow, and when you hit an enemy with a weakness, the shields go down, and when the shields go to 0, the enemy effectively is stunned and takes double damage. So we're gonna be using that bunch throughout the run. And the system is called the break and boost system. It's the basic format of how the fighting goes.
I think the break and boost system might actually be one of my favorite systems to exist in an RPG game.
Yes.
It is very fun, and
we're actually on the first boss here, and we're in a Pokemon battle.
Yep, I ran Hanit a bunch, and I still am not entirely sure what the Gizarma is supposed to be. I call it a rabbit monkey creature. Not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. So here we're going to be spamming the fox that we caught previously. And Gisarma is also weak to bow, so we have a nice selection of attacks that we can use.
Now, Mocha, can I ask, because Octopath Traveler runs are very, very intense. There's a lot of information that you have to remember, and it can be very, very difficult to keep all that in track. Would you say that this is one of your favorite runs because of how you do it, or would you say this is one of the harder runs to do? And if not, what is your favorite run?
Right now, this is actually one of my favorite runs, as I'm about to take out this first boss. Just because of how linear this is. Because each boss is very scripted, and depending on what boss you have and what order your party goes in, will determine like what you do. The exception to this rule is Red Eye, which we will talk about in Chapter 4.
Good old Red Eye, am I right?
We actually just finished Chapter 1. So now we are out of Painted's village. And we're going to say hi to Kit and probably say goodbye to Kit. Because we don't care about Kit. He can just stay on the ground right there for all I care.
But he's hurt.
Poor Kit. Poor Kit. It's okay, Kit.
Letting us begin.
Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit about the category that I'm running, or more specifically, the mod that I'm running. If you notice that we are running a mod called Kaith mod, there is a special mob in the game that has a 3% chance of showing up. That is called a Kaith Sith. Kaith, if you defeat it, will drop a ton of experience, a ton of gold, and a ton of job points, which we need to level up things in the game. Because it has a 3% chance to to show up, that means that it's really random if we see it or not. The Kaith mod allows us in one specific area to have that guaranteed drop. Guarantee show up. Once that shows up and we defeat one of them in that area, we can no longer defeat any more in that specific area. Now, if we find one somewhere else on the run, we can still take it out. In my practices, I've actually seen them show up here in Flame Grace. And Box, thank you. So you're about to see me do something with the job points here. After I defeat this fox, to gain an ability called Arrow Storm, which I will never skip ever.
Yeah, Arrow Storm is really nice. It's an AoE bow attack that always hits a minimum of 3 times. And the Kaiths have 4 HP, but really high defense. So anything we do to them is always pretty much going to do 1 damage, especially here in the early game.
Now, Mocha, can I ask you a question? Because earlier you said you were an educator. Can I ask, has being an educator made it easier for you to do runs like this that are highly complex and have a lot of moving parts? Like, is there any part of your education or educator job that helps with that?
Yes. Hey, I get 2 groomings. Yeah, so this is the downside if you don't okay, thankfully. But yeah, because I have to remember a whole bunch of stuff in education, it does make it a bit easier to learn runs like this. Specifically, like all the patterns that I need to look for, especially with bosses. And also when to do things like this. This is a provoke encounter. This is to reset my step counter. Xazu, do you want to explain step counters in this game?
Yeah, so unlike most JRPGs, I want to say, Octopath Traveler doesn't really have a random encounter system. Instead, it works on a step counter basis, but the step counter can vary a little bit. So when you enter a screen, the game calculates a step count, and when you have taken that amount of steps, you get an encounter. That step counter, though, can be reset in a couple of ways. One is to provoke an enemy, which we just did with Hanit's path action, that is considered a battle. So once you get out of it, you are safe to go. Another
Then be hunted.
letting us hunt them. So,
We had a save point recently.
and well, when we entered the Shrine of the Scholar there earlier,
Nice.
oh, nice, we got away.
Nicely done.
Going into step or different area also will reset your step counter.
Now, letting us hunt.
And there's a third way of doing it, which is called a save and quit, where we go to a save point, load into the title screen, and then reload the save. So we are going to be using a bunch of those as the run goes.
And also, let me know whenever would be a good time for donations, because I know this game can be quite a doozy with a lot of moving parts. So I don't want to interrupt you during anything important.
Go ahead and do some donations now. I want to
Fantastic.
try and kill a Kate.
Well, we've got a $100 donation from Alta Biscuit coming on in saying, y'all crushed it this weekend and should be very proud of what you've accomplished. Good luck, Mochajones. May you dodge encounters and get good patterns on Red Eye. Listen, you are preaching to the choir right there. Good patterns on Red Eye is the dream. And also, we've got a $10 donation from Christine and Dylan. When is the non-route traverse speedrun? Good luck in the run, friend. Oh man, that sounds complicated. I'll have to ask what that is. And lastly, I think one that you'll enjoy, especially $20 donation from Silverfish. Mocha, waffles are pancakes with abs. Go Mocha. And you know what? I never thought about it that way, but now I have a whole new worldview, and I'm never going to see waffles the same way again. Time to get to the gym. But go on.
Waffles are actually pancakes with zero traps, but pancakes with abs also, that works too.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Also, we are almost at $42,000. We are $144 away from closing this night out with $42,000. Thanks to viewers like you, chat. We are so close. And also, chat, I know a lot of us got a lot of favorite characters that we like in Octopath Traveler. I'd love to hear what your favorite character is in this out of the main playable cast. Because, for me personally, Tracer. Love Tracer. Best girl. And I'd love to hear. So why don't we see, if you want to put in a $10 dono, let's get a dono train started. And let's hear what some of your favorite characters are. Because, like I said, we are just on the precipice of 42K.
Yeah, so while you're reading donations, a couple of things happened there. First is, if you notice, I went to the Shrine of the Scholar. We can get different jobs in this game based off of the 8 main jobs, and there's 4 additional upgraded jobs that you can get. The Scholar, whenever you have 2 abilities unlocked, like not the standard abilities, but when you unlock 2 abilities, you get the passive ability for evasive maneuvers. That's what the key to this run is. It's evasive maneuvers. Evasive maneuvers extends that step counter as you're running to be the same as if you're walking. So I'll let Xazu talk about that in a little bit. The second thing I did was I tagged locations. And by tagging locations, that allows me to quick travel places. And I'm going to start chapter 2 and not do anything here. I'll let Xazu take over from here for what's about to happen.
All right, so as Mocha said, we got the Scholar job to get the basic maneuvers. The basic maneuvers is basically the bread and butter of Octopath Traveler speedruns because random encounters are bad. Just like in Pokemon games, having repels to not get any random encounters is really nice, and evasive maneuvers is basically that for us. And since it increases our step counter it increases the encounter step counter by a bunch, it means we can go through most screens without getting any encounters, and at this point we can basically go into very high level areas without fear. And this is like the early exploration phase of the run, which usually happens. We tag places, like Mocha said, and we pick up a bunch of chests along the way, mostly money and soul stones.
Letting the hunt begin.
And this is why Aerostorm is good.
Aerostorm, best move.
So this encounter just happens to have 4 enemies weak to bow, and none of them have over 4 shields, or over 3 shields. And Aerostorm always hits a minimum of 3 times. It doesn't check any accuracy or evasion checks, it just hits, or doesn't. And
which is why I never skip Aerostorm.
Since this is a high-level area, there is a good chance that we get ambushed, but it didn't happen there, so Aerostorm just saves us. And there we picked up 50k money. Very nice.
When you get ambushed, what do you encounter? Like, can it ruin the run?
Do you want to talk
so how it works is every time you enter a new screen, it actually gives you a quick save.
Okay. Interesting.
So which is why that encounter happened as soon as I left the scholar area. I was like, I'm good. I just had a quick save because I just exited that area.
In that way, Octopath Traveler is very nice to speedrunners because, you know, if you die, you just go to your autosave, which isn't usually too far. There are some exceptions because cutscenes don't give you autosaves, and sometimes a cutscene will stop you from actually entering an area the normal way.
Here I come.
And sometimes that will catch people off guard.
Now, since we're exploring this early game, do we have time for another dono? I think I have a fun one you might like.
Yeah, let's get one dono in before our second boss here.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you do the second boss, and then I'll do it afterwards, since it requires a little bit of a voice tweaking on my end, and then we'll get that in.
Okay. I'd say second boss, this is actually boss 1B. This is Tressa's boss, so we are actually picking up our second character of the run, which is the best girl ever. That is Tressa. Tressa is actually the star of the show, because, well, you will see in like 3 bosses why she's the star of the show. One reason that she is a star is because she will passively pick up money, which is very important for us.
The hunt beginning. Try and
The second thing is that we are in the Safari Zone. We're guarding stones now. So we are using items called Soul Stones, which will deal a set amount of damage based off of if they're a small, medium, or large Soul Stone. And if you want to go ahead and give me a donation while we go through Tressa's cutscene.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what? And also, I'm just going to say, Tressa, best girl, thank you. My favorite voice line in the entire game. And also, we've got $100 dono from Sanjan saying, and they want me to say, letting us donateth and finish a great marathon strong. Good luck on the run, and may Red Eye be kind to you. I tried my best on that old English accent. Thank you so much, Sanjan, for the $100 dono.
That was good.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks.
That was good.
I tried. Listen, to anyone from the UK or Europe, please don't beat me up. I tried my best.
Okay, man through the screen, we're good. So this screen is notorious for having a random encounter pop up, and it's a bad encounter, but we can take care of it. It's just very bad. We're about to do the third way that we can reset our step counter, which is St. Quentin.
Yeah, this is another one of those long screens where you can't really make it to our destination without an encounter, so saving and quitting is just the way to go here.
And also, by the way, chat, we are just under $94 to $42,000 raised, coming together in this fantastic celebration of Black speedrunning talents and all these amazing runs. We are so close to $42,000 thanks to amazing viewers like you coming together to support Race Forward. If you are at home and you're watching, you've loved what you've seen, thank you so much for the lurks posting about this. And also, if you want to donate, be sure to take a look at gdq.gg/donate. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it.
All right. You got time for a couple more donations before we get to our third character. So,
fantastic.
Give me about 3 donations.
I got you. All right. So we've got a wonderful $40 donation from Anonymous going towards the Race Forward charity. Thank you so much. It says less than 3, and we always appreciate a good heart. We also have $50 from the wonderful Xfinity Casuality, or the Xfinite Casuality. Thank you so much for the $50 dono. And once again, going towards Race Forward, fantastic charity to give to. Thank you very much. Lastly, $25 donation from Pickpacker. Thanks to everyone who made the most fun GDQ event I've seen in a while possible. From the runners, couch, and announcer, just having a blast and vibing, the chat's various silly donations. This marathon, as short as it was, has been nothing but fun the entire way through. Here's the next Back to Black event being even more fun and raising even more money for Race Forward. And you know what? I entirely agree. I want to see a lot more Back to Black. This has been a fantastic event, and my only wish is that it was longer. Thank you, Pickpacker.
All right, so we are getting our last character. Party size is 4. Notice we're only getting 3 characters. That's important. But we are getting Darian the Thief. Darian has an ability where he can open up purple chests, and we will actually open a couple of those in this run. Darian can also steal from townsfolk. If you notice, earlier I had Tressa actually purchase items from townsfolk. Darian's just going to steal, even though we only do that once, and that's after his story part. We will actually just get 2 items by stealing.
Against me, then
be hunted.
Not hunted. Oh no.
Try this.
Yeah. Hayne is a hunter.
I honor thee,
He
my
throws oh yes, I got the fire zone. That's good. I was looking for a particular item on that encounter, and I got it.
Funny enough, this looks very similar to the first 3 characters I ever chose in this game. I think the only difference was I had Primrose, but great party setup, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing setup.
Now, can I ask, Xazu, do you have a favorite character in this game that you really enjoy that just, for any reason at all? And chat, I'm very curious as to yours. If you do have a favorite character, again, feel free to tell us about it in donos. We would love to hear, because I know I love reading about it.
Well, back in the day when I first played the game, Darian just spoke to me, so I obviously had to start with him. So I think he's still my favorite character. I like the edgy thief vibe. But I also really like Ophelia. Like, she's just so nice.
Oh, Ophelia is a great character.
I agree with that. And her story's like deep as well.
You know, funny enough, I think one of my favorite characters alongside Tressa is probably oh my god, begins with an O. I can't remember. What is that? Ulbrich, yes. His voice acting for this game is just, it's like so pronounced. He just goes right into it.
Oh yeah, fun fact about Ulbrich, he's the only character without a thank you line in the whole game.
Really?
Out of the main cast, apparently.
You know, I never would have expected that.
Yeah, so I say, Tress is definitely best girl in this game. Because, and then I would have to say for myself,
What next?
Tressa didn't hate it. I did this game.
Yeah, no, Tressa is definitely my favorite character as well. Like I said before, simply for the voice line, but also just a fantastic class to really get you in.
Yes. And right now you're seeing what happens if you can't run from encounters. You have to wait.
The true time killer, but that's okay because you're smashing this run.
Oh yeah. With all these amazing donations towards Back to Black and Race Forward, totally helping me out by choosing English to slow me down.
And also, speaking of raising money for Race Forward, we just reached $42,000. Thank you, everyone. Let's see some hype. Let's hear it. Fantastic. What a way to bring it up on the tail end of this event. Chat, you have made this possible. Pat yourselves on the back and take a nice long sip of some hydration. You made this happen, chat, and you should be proud. And of course, what a way to bring it up on this last run. Am I right?
Exactly. Speaking of which, we're actually in the purchasing portion of this run. So if you want to read out some donations, that'd be great.
Absolutely. And also, for those of you who still want to donate, we also have some fantastic prizes as well that you can get by doing so, including Kingdom Hearts chainmail inlay. I didn't even know that was a thing until this event, but wow. And if you really like cats, we've got a $25 donation incentive. Oh, will you adopt this cat pillow? Of course I will. The cat distribution machine works, whether it's a pillow or a cat. I love it. But on top of that, we've got some fantastic donos. We've got $25 from Bolt, giving money to the Race Forward charity. Thank you so much, Bolt. We appreciate your kindness. And we've also got a $50 donation from Anonymous. Thanks for all the fun watching and listening to this run. We're so happy you've enjoyed our voices. We're so happy you've enjoyed the action. And thanks for coming to Back to Black. We wouldn't have it any other way.
I get at least 2 more donations.
Absolutely. And also, I made a little bit of a mistake. It's not, the things I mentioned are not incentives. They're actually prizes. So I just wanted to tell you because I fumbled up on that. But those are prizes that you can win. So make sure you take a look at some of the awesome stuff that they have as well in there. And we also have a $100 donation from somebody who proudly believes that Tressa is the best girl. Clarinet Hero coming in here saying Tressa is the best girl. She fights pirates and she's got a really cool hat. You're darn right she is, man. See, I want to do a Tressa cosplay, just saying. And our second donation, $5 from Greta Ice Vixen. Hi, I want to say congratulations to every single person who contributed to making this event happen in any way. You all absolutely crushed it and deserve all the praise in the world. Over 40K in 4 days is amazing. Cheers for Black Joy. You know, that's right. And all this money is going towards Race Forward, who is working to ask and answer questions that get to the root cause and service of building root public safety solutions for issues for Black and Indigenous peoples. And we appreciate all the support that you've all brought out here along the way. So thank you, Greta. Thank you, everyone, so much for bringing so much to this event and making this possible.
Hey, Xazu, you want to explain what I just did here?
Yeah, so this is the Marsalim Catacombs, which is an area we don't usually go to, but since Hanit has to go to Marsalim anyway for her final chapter, it's nicely along the way. So what we did there was what we call the buffer glitch. Usually there's a boss fight that you have to do, it's an optional one. And the game kind of gives you a prompt and saying like, oh, it's really dangerous ahead, do you really want to go? So instead of doing the fight, by introducing some lag into the game, we can just pass by the fight trigger, and we picked up the Master Spear behind it. The easiest way to do it on PC is to play in windowed mode and kind of hold the top bar of the window as you move forward, and that will nudge you just enough forward so that you can walk through it. And we also
as I said,
go ahead.
As I said earlier in the run, I played this on Switch. Like I first started this run on Switch. That's why I changed my button layout to begin with. It's much harder to do on Switch. It's possible, but it's much harder.
Oh, that's such a mood.
Yeah, since the game was originally on the Switch, that's where the glitch was found initially. And you'd have to kind of pause buffer into the Switch menu, or whatever it's called, the home screen. So you'd have to kind of mash the home button while you're moving up. And you also have to press no, so you don't accidentally start the fight, and it's a mess. So there Mocha did a menu to make Heart a bit tankier, and now we're in her chapter 2 again. 15 minutes later.
Letting my arrow fly in true.
Oh, why did I do that? Hit it down too many times. Oh. Item that I did not... I forgot I had that item. I did not mean the pin there, but it's fine.
Trying this.
So this is Nathan's bodyguard. He's really tanky compared to other NPCs that have his difficulty level. And we just throw stones.
Letting my arrow fly and trying this.
Because using Pokemon is not efficient.
Thou didst fight with
We don't have time to catch anything.
Okay.
Just gotta.
And this is a Safari zone of the game. We're throwing stones. So, you know. I do not condone hurting Pokemon, but sometimes you just gotta do whatever you can to get away from them.
Just and speaking of Pokemon, if you really enjoy Pokemon, by the way, we do have a Pokemon prize. In fact, we have 2 of them. We've got a $25 for alligator drawing, and also a $10 prize where if you give $10 or $25 respectively, you'll automatically be entered in to win that, a Charmander and Pikachu pen set. And that's what I'm going for. I love me some Pokemon. And all this talk of Pokemon get me excited.
I did look at that prize list, and that pen set looks amazing.
I know, right? I was shocked. I was like, no way. I need that in my life. I don't know about you, but I like clicky pens especially. Just give me something I can click nonstop.
trying this.
Yes.
Also, we've got a $25 donation from Uranium Anchor. One last comment from me for the event. It's been great working with PT and Limmy and everybody else to make this event amazing, especially that not so brief panic when PayPal was having a bad day Friday. Looking forward to the next one. Stay comfy and game on. I know, how rude, right? But you know what? That didn't stop us. We kept on, just like this run.
All right. We are about to enter the second part of Painted Story. Okay, get that cool trap. And while I'm doing this menu, Xazu, do you want to explain what I'm doing?
Yep, so here, once again, we're doing some sub-job menuing, mostly. And learning some skills here. Han is going to get Leg Hold Trap, which is a very strong ability that delays enemy turns. And we also make her a merchant and give her hard help, because of course we do. Now our party has 2 merchants, and the merchants they're very good. We're going to see that in a bit. Tressa also learns hard help because yes, and Therian learns armor corrosive.
Hired help is pay to win. So we have gone from Pokemon. So we're still in Pokemon. Technically, we're just in the game corner that you actually win every time.
So here's the second boss. This is the Lord of the Forest. He doesn't really do much. On turn 1, he's going to summon 2 trees, so we're not going to take any damage. This is all safe. And then based on where the enemies are on turn order, Mocha's going to adjust the script a little, because we need to get rid of the trees before they get any attacks off on us, because while they are sort of harmless, they can still kill someone if they get a turn in and we get unlucky. So there we used hired help veterans, which does a lot of damage, costs 30k, and this is the reason we really need to just get that money. Using hired help again. Bandits is an axe attack, and this boss just so happens to be weak to axe as well.
Using this.
And then we're going to finish off with another set of tired help. 30k to do... How much damage is this? Like 26k? Around there?
Also, oh my god, may I interrupt here real quick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We just got a $1,500 donation from Charbunny, taking us to $43,571, saying this is such an important cause and impactful to charity. Huge thank you to everyone who participated in the event and to everyone who's been supporting this weekend, and a huge congratulations to the event organizers for making this happen. It's not easy to bring together a charity event, and you've made a fantastic one with a heart emoji at the end. Thank you so much, Charbunny, for the fantastic donation, skyrocketing us past $42,000 and to $43,500. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredible.
Amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much for all that.
Just,
Okay.
Wow.
So Mocha just did the shop menu there, where we sell most of our, well, all of the stuff that we've gathered so far. We have a couple of gold items, as well as some expensive weapons that we picked up in the Marsalim catacombs, to get us to around 76k or so we can afford some more hard help. And that's chapter 2.
Also, chat, if you've had a fantastic time this week, tell us what your favorite runs have been. We'd love to hear about, your favorite memories from this event, and be sure to put them in the donos, because I know I have quite a few memories I'm taking away from this, and I'd love to hear what you've been enjoying.
Okay. So I'm safety saving here because this next fight is actually a real boss. This is Alec. Alec can wreck your run.
He's very rude.
Come in, if thou
So
darest.
even though we have access to our magic stones that do 1,000,000 damage, Alec can confuse us, and that is bad. If Turner is bad, he can just decide that, nah, you're not gonna finish the run. So doing the safety save there is just a good idea. Which Panic Slash, and we get confused, but the Turner is fine, so we're good.
Good order.
Trying this.
And we get
Good.
the dupe. Very nice.
I'm +1.
So when we did the menu for Honit earlier, two.
Oh my goodness.
That is very rare. So the little pling,
I am +2.
the little pling that you saw there, is the, I guess, animation for endless items. And endless items is the first support skill or passive ability that you get from Merchant. And what it does is it gives you a 25% chance of not spending an item when you use it. So when we were throwing those stones there, we used the Shadow L stone. It didn't actually use it, we still have it. And the run kinda really likes it when we get those so-called dupes. It's not like necessary to get them. We do have a backup that we can pick up later, but it does save us a good amount of time.
Yes. Now for the worst screen in the game
Yeah, this is...
of this run.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Not
this
the
Whitewood-
blizzard.
Yeah, this Whitewood Trail,
Yes.
also known as the Snowstorm route, or that's what I like to call it. It's very long, so there's a good chance we get an encounter that was so close. Usually we just die here, but there are some scenarios where we can get out here. Let's see if Mocha can figure this out. So the leopard is weak to fire, and we taught Tress a firestorm
Next.
to do just that. So break it.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, the-
Maybe we can flee. YOLO. No.
YOLO.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
I believe.
Trisha should be able to. Wait, no, she's silenced.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll take the death there. We'll take the death there.
Yeah. So once again, thankfully,
Actually,
actually,
it should be a guaranteed escape this turn. Oh,
so the way the escaping in this game works, kind of funny that we even get to discuss this, is that every time we fail to flee, the chance to flee the next time it increases. And once you get to the 4th attempt, then you are guaranteed to get out of the fight. And there's also a level component. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was one step away from being out of that.
Yeah, as I said, it's a very long screen, and getting encounters here is like, it's not unlikely, but it's also unlucky to get them. But yeah, going back to the escaping, so on the 4th try, oh, that's so early. Okay, but this one should be fine. Yeah, we're good.
Do this. To action with you.
So once you play with one character, the other characters will just slip if you fail to get away. And there's also a level component to it. This is was it a level 37 area? And we're around level, I think, 10 or so, maybe not even that. And the higher the level difference is, the harder it is to flee. So it was sort of unlikely that we get away there for free.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed with your knowledge of this game. Like, I'm sitting here like, how do I get out of chapter 1? And here you are already, you know, just chugging away through this massive game. I am impressed.
Yeah.
The community
We're
has...
actually about to fight.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's all. Okay, so the whitewood is also... Oh,
Okay, we're good. We're good.
okay, so the enemies can ambush us, but we can also surprise them sometimes, and that is also very rare, and that is effectively a free escape for us. And this is the 3rd boss fight, the dragon. Just the dragon, or not even the dragon, a dragon.
It's dragon.
That's a pretty dragon.
Then so am I.
And also, chat, we're making great progress to this run, so this is just your reminder that if you want to get in and try and win some prizes from your donations, make sure you get those in very soon.
Try this on.
We're coming up on the end somewhat soonish here, and we want to make sure that if you want a chance to win some Pokemon, you can.
You should...
Yes, I did mess. No, I'm
You should
good.
be fine.
Good.
I see.
I'm good.
Crisis
So,
version.
dragon. Go ahead and explain dragon while I go ahead and beat it.
Dragon has only a couple shields, so it's not the hardest to break. It does have a lot of HP though, so we are going to have to use
Let me help.
3 sets of hard help veterans here, so that's going to be 90k money. There on turn 1, Mocha had to kind of adjust his plan based on what the turn order was.
Let in the hunt.
And yeah, it's sort of simple. We give a pomegranate, which gives extra BP to a character. I guess we never really talked about what BP is. But those are boost points. It's the yellow orbs beneath the character names. And with every boost point you use, you get to do an additional attack or boost the damage of your attack, depending on what you're doing. So with hard help, we simply just get another attack out of the money we spend. And yeah, there goes our 90k money, but the boss is dead. The dragon is surprisingly tanky in terms of HP when it comes to chapter 3 bosses. So having to use hard help 3 times is a little unfortunate, but thankfully we have plenty of money thanks to the routing. The community has done a lot of work with these runs. Initially, like way back in the day, all these single story speedruns used to have 4 characters picked up. But with time, people managed to optimize the runs so much that we only need 3 characters now. And
Darn.
Yeah, since we only have 3 characters, it means we have fewer turns in a fight, like for our characters, so we don't need to menu as much. And we don't have to pick up the 4th character, because as we saw earlier, we have to do the characters chapter 1 to pick them up. So that's a good amount of time save as well.
Speaking of which, the character who was the 4th character in this run was Cyrus. Cyrus is in himself a time loss. because at the beginning of each fight, Cyrus essentially detects a foe's weakness, and he does that every combat, regardless of anything, every single combat.
So there, Mocha went into the Maw of the Ice Dragon. This is basically to get us some safe money to make the last boss a little bit nicer. Like the last boss, Red Eye, is already an RNG fest. Like we might not even get through turn 1 if the boss decides so. And there is a so-called cursed route, or that's what I like to call it. When the route was being made, it was named the cursed route because it makes the last boss even harder. So instead of doing that, since this is a marathon, Mocha just goes to the Maw of the Ice Dragon to pick up 30k to make things a little nicer.
Hi, Mom, I need 30k. Thanks. Bye.
Classic Tressa. Oh yeah, a thing we never really talked about with Tressa. Tressa is really good because she also has an extra passive ability. When you go through screens, or through areas, she picks up some money for free. Just like that. She picks up money from unfortunate souls or something. And it does add up really nicely.
Now,
Yes.
would now be a good time to do some donations before we come up on this, what I assume is getting close?
Yes, give me about 2 donations.
All right, I've got you. So we've got $25 from Esmare saying Back to Black has been an amazing demonstration of black excellence. It was such a delight to catch speedruns from Thursday through to the weekend. Here's to the next. And also, we have $100 from Sheba saying, donating to an amazing charity, and thank you to everyone working hard for this great event. And this money is going forward to Race Forward, who is working to ask and answer questions that get at the root cause and service building root public safety solutions for issues for Black and Indigenous peoples. Thank you for your dono.
All right. After that little minion, so we are on the last area of the game, the ruins. We're getting our last money. We're getting our second purple chest, which has 50k in it, which would give me over 120,000, which is exactly what we'll need for this final fight. And when we get to Red Eye, I'm going to be quiet because I am going to have a lot to parse out in this fight.
Yeah, like we've been kind of hinting towards ever since the start, Red Eye is not an easy fight. It is very fun once you actually understand the fight, but it's very difficult to learn.
I'm going to take a safety save here, a save and quit here as well. And then I'll have a save and quit before the boss. And then a YOLO. So you can actually get an encounter right before the Red Eye fight. Which is not optimal, but it will happen. But yeah, the estimate is what it is, just throwing this out there, because of Red Eye. Red Eye is very dependent on turn 1. There are cases where Red Eye can go before anybody in your party and just wreck your party. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet here in a sec and let Xazu take over. As soon as we get to Red Eye, because it's going to be
A classic getting the encounter right before the boss. So, before we head into the fight itself, I guess I can talk a little bit about Red Eye. So, Red Eye has a lot of HP, and it also has a changing set of weaknesses. So, every turn, it will switch its weaknesses. Thankfully, we know what they are. It's just a little bit difficult to, make sure that we know which weakness set we're on. But there are some that are sort of paired, so if you get to hit with bow or fire, those two are always paired, so you will sort of know what's going on. So If Redeye just decides that to end the run on turn 1, he can do so. He has 2 single target
Just like
attacks. He has 2 single target attacks. One is a normal attack and one is a rend. If he uses the normal attack on Hanit, it kind of means we're good. Hanit is the only character in our party that can leave a normal attack, whereas everything will die to rend.
If thou art ready, then
And
so am I.
our goal is to kind of break him on turn 1 if we can. If we can't, we'll do it on turn 2.
I appreciate it.
And the goal is to have everyone alive
Sorry.
on the turn we break Redeye. Because we need some setup for the future. Right now Redeye is not really
If we can get, if we can get past turn 1, with everybody alive, then we are essentially in the clear. Would like to not have to raise anybody, but if I do, there are backup
Then
strats.
so am I.
But that's all. Well,
The hunt begins.
hold on. Okay, we're good.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Let's go.
there's Rain of Arrows. It hits a minimum of 3 times, but can hit up to 8 times. And that is really lucky. Now we kind of get 3 set up here. That's actually really good. So what we're doing is we're setting Sidestep up with our merchants. Sidestep is a move that makes it so we can dodge 1 physical attack. And that is exactly what the boss is going to do once it recovers from the break. We're also going to set up Leg Hole Trap with Hanit to make sure that our turn order is nice for the next turns. And
Lessen the hunt.
there's so much we can do here that you
I know.
can't just get
I'm like, what
paralyzed.
am I doing?
Usually you don't break with Hanit on the first action, so there's a lot you can do, and yep. So anytime Redeye unbreaks, he will also increase the amount of shields he has. So we're going to, have to do some more work here.
Rain and arrows
I think this is the 3rd set of weaknesses, so he's always going to be weak to arrows or bow here. And
This is where I would steal if I wanted to steal.
yeah, this turn order is like actually godly. So yeah, we're going to break Redeye,
Break now.
set up armor corrosive, and then
What's
use
it
hard
do?
help veterans because damage good.
Yep. I'm actually +1 soul stone, so I'm going to use a soul stone.
Out of my way.
Yeah, so the goal for this first break, or I guess second break, is to do a total of 2 sets of veterans and throw a minimum of 2 soul stones, and that will be just enough damage to push Redeye to his, I guess, second phase, because it is just over half of his HP, if my math is correct.
Okay, so he should be in the phase 2 now.
What happens at the start of phase 2 is...
So-
yeah, go ahead. You want to say something?
Here I go.
At the start of phase 2, he's actually not going to do anything. He's just going to get really angry and increase his action amount to 3, but that only happens on the next turn, so we're just good.
I have to make sure I let Cool Trap there.
Yeah. And we didn't get to use Leg Hole Trap earlier, but it is very strong because it just pushes the target to the back of the turn order, which just gives us a lot of time to do whatever we need.
Ashes with you.
Because the main, I guess, game plan for Octopath Traveler is that we break the boss and then use our boost points to do all the damage we need. Yeah, with 2 more set of veterans. This fight will
Not
be
a soul
over.
stones.
Yeah, don't forget the soul stone.
Yep. I'll use 4 of them, so, and time will be on not this next screen, but the screen after. So I will let you know when time is, so 3, 2, 1, and time.
GG.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Holy moly, what a run, chat. Can we see some hype? What a fantastic last run of Back to Black. That was an amazing run. Just congratulations. And to you and your couch, what a way to close out tonight. You are a fantastic speedrunner and fantastic streamer, and I'd really love to just let everyone know, please make sure you're going and taking a look at Mochajones10 and Xazu. And Mochajones, Xazu, do either of you have any words or any shout outs that you want to give before we wrap up with tonight's runs? This has been a fantastic event, and we're so happy that you were a part of it.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, I don't really have much. I'd like to thank Mocha for having me for commentary, and I'd just like to shout out the Octopath Traveler speedrunning community. Cool bunch of people, and they've done a lot of work for all these runs, all these years. That's all.
Yeah, I like the double out of that shout out of the Octopath speedrunning community. They are very welcoming, very encouraging. They are very, if you need help, they will help you. So definitely check them out. Also, shout out to just how this event has grown. I've been associated with this for almost its inception, and to see that we have a charity component now, we have prizes, and we have the Yeti and Tantrum Collectibles sponsoring this, and to see how far we have come, and I am just flabbergasted by what we have accomplished here, raising over $43,596. Oh my goodness. Shout out to all of like the Back to Black community. Shout out to the PT for heading this up and because I've seen where she started with this and where we are now, and the Back to Black community has been an integral part to that. People like Big B's and Cyfred and Sprinkle Theory and a whole bunch of people. There's too many people to name in the community that have been so integral in getting this up and going to where it is right now, and seeing a whole bunch of our community just step up and take various roles. We have Livey, who's working with GDQ. We have Anarchy, who started way back when and now is a host on a hotfix show, which y'all need to check out, Hidden Heroes, her hotfix show. And yeah, we have grown so far, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. So much love, everyone. Thank you for all the donations, and we're still getting donations in, as I see. Oh my goodness.
And
I'm just rambling at this point. So
thank you so much for bringing your best and your absolutely amazing crew. Xazu, thank you for coming out with us. And most importantly as well, thank you to everyone at home watching right now who made this event possible. There are not many events like this at all. And it is so wonderful to see not only this amazing cast and crew of runners and challenge runners and more come together to bring everyone under this wonderful event for Race Forward, but also to see everyone show up and put towards Race Forward has been absolutely incredible. To viewers like you at home, thank you so much. And for everybody who came out and told their friends and their fam to make this possible, we appreciate you. We're not done quite just yet. We've got one last word from our charity tonight, Race Forward. And so I'm going to let them do the rest. But again, thank you everyone. And you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.